Hello, everyone, and let's dive really quickly into the Los Angeles real estate market. Let me share my screen really quick so we'll see what we are going to talk about. Today's mortgage rates have dropped. Can you believe it? 6.1, almost, yeah. 30 for a 30-year fixed. The California Housing and Finance Administration has a program, that Dream for All program, which was already out a couple of years ago, but then ran out of money really quickly. It's restarting January 2026. And in Los Angeles, real estate investors are turning SFR single-family residences into mini multi-family homes because there's a high demand for homes and shortage of homes. And the days active on market has climbed to 81 days plus, meaning it takes about 81 days for a property to sell. This is why it's really important not to overprice your property right now, especially right now. Let's look at this here. So the mortgage rates from News Daily is 6.22, and with Mac Mortgage, you get a 6.164, so a slightly better rate, which is great. Another thing I want to talk about, as I mentioned here, is the Cal Hafer Dream for All program. Now, this is interesting because if you're a serious buyer and you want to possibly get the opportunity to receive up to $150,000 in down payment assistance from the state, then I would highly recommend to start your voucher registration soon. Prepare now. If you go to this, just go to CalHFA, calhfa.ca.gov. Just Google California Dream for All. And you will come to this page here, and it will give you all the details needed for getting into that program. Now, there is a catch to it, of course. The 20% that you get from the state means that the state will also own 20% of your grown equity that you have accumulated. So this is something to consider. When you sell your house, you're going to have to give 20% of your equity to the state back, right? But this is a great way to get into a property and also lower your mortgage payment. And I think it's a good idea. I mean, you have to pay it back, but it's a good idea. Another thing you can do is also, you can go to my website here at schaedlerrealtor.com, and then down here is a down payment assistance program from the state as well. Here, you just put in the address near the property or the area that you want to live. Just pick a house, and then put the sales price, what you would expect to pay for the house that you're interested in, and put in your information, and you'll be surprised how many programs come up here. I have a listing in Brentwood, and a client applied for the loan, and she was eligible for $116,000 down payment assistance. Again, these are programs that are not being advertised because the state makes this money available for purchase of homes. They don't really allocate any money for advertising and marketing this program. So you have to do your own research, and this is why I'm telling you about it. Now, another interesting situation that's happening is this here, where, oh, by the way, the average days on market is 81 days now. That's how long it takes to sell a house in Los Angeles right now. In Los Angeles, let me move this a little bit over. In Los Angeles, real estate investors are adding accessory dwelling units to single-family homes to create mini multifamily properties. This strategy, incentivized by recent state and local legislation, offers investors a way to increase property value and generate rental income and capitalize on high housing demand. This is interesting to me because it seems like that the affordable units to purchase for first-time homebuyers especially are becoming smaller, right? Because I don't really see the prices. The prices have dropped a little bit in this market, but I don't see the prices dropping much more. So I don't see a crash at all. On the contrary, I think the rates are going to keep dropping. And after the new year, it's possible we have another 2 or 3 drops. And I think that the buyer market will then ignite or come forward again. The buyers will come forward who have been sitting back with the 6% interest rates. And once it reaches the fives, mid fives, high fives, I believe they're coming back. So the competition will be higher. Anyway, let's get back into this. The boosted property value. So adding an ADU can increase the home's market value by 200 to 500,000. Now, I'm going to talk about this later. This could also trigger a reassessment on your property taxes, something to consider. You will have a strong, or you could have a strong rental income, 2,000 to 4,000 monthly rental income. This can help offset mortgage payments and other expenses. And your ROI, your return on investment is 8 to 12%, which is actually not a bad return. Now, the risks and challenges, like I mentioned before, The upfront cost can be 90 to 400,000, depending on how elaborate you want to make your ADU and also what area you're in, and of course what contractor you use. But it could trigger a property reassessment, leading to a higher property tax bill. This is very important to know, right? However, I do believe that it seems to me, at least that way, that more smaller units, single-family residences, investors are eyeing this because investors are figuring out how can we turn around properties and how can we make money. And when the average property in LA, I would say a house is $1 million and up, right? So if you want something less, you would have to purchase something smaller. And I always said that before, if you want to get into the market, especially these days, it's not like you just go out and look for a house and buy it because you may not be able to afford it. You buy a lesser priced property, and wait a few years to have the equity build up and sell that, and then buy the next property that you wanted originally. Just like a stepping stone idea. This is what I would highly recommend for people who really are interested in getting into real estate. I still think it's great generational wealth building if you own real estate, because over time, as properties, as the evidence shows, you can just do the research. Prices have always gone up. It does go up like this, but it has gone up, and it does go in certain spurs and fluctuations. Anyway, I think this was it. I just want to have a quick update. I'm hoping that the rates will drop. I'm pretty confident they will by next year, and that will be more buyer activity coming forward. If you have any questions regarding real estate, please don't hesitate to call me at 310-918-2260 or go to schaedlerrealtor.com for more information. Thank you so much for watching.